Hi, welcome to the Witch House. Pull up a chair, have a sit, and let's chat. So today, it just kind of hit me driving home today that I am actually coming up on 6 months since I lost my Andy. Wow, how does time fly? Baker, she just moved the curtain. That's why I've got all of a sudden this big sunshiny face here. Oh, she likes to get in on these videos. She does. So I thought I would do a video on grief and 6 months. So over the last 2 months, I wasn't going to say anything, but I don't give a shit now, so I'm going to. At the 4 month mark, I had moved out of my stepdad's house and back into my home where, it was Andy in my home. But I was continuing to see my stepdad 3 nights a week. I'd pick him up and take him to dinner. Well, that lasted 2 weeks. And then the stepsisters, his daughters, told me he didn't want to see me anymore. So at first I was going to fight it, but then I thought, he's almost 91 years old. And it's bad enough that they're doing what they're doing to him. Because as soon as I moved out, they drained his bank account. And they started remodeling the house and doing things that didn't need to be done. But they wanted to upgrade the house to take care of their little sister. So, and I had worked very hard to preserve that money because that was supposed to be our inheritance, of which I have completely now walked away from. Like I said, they told me he didn't want to see me anymore, which I don't believe is true, but I wasn't going to, I just couldn't do it to him. And frankly, the fight was just out of me. And it was just better to be rid of them than the money. The money just wasn't worth it. As a matter of fact, just to show you how badly they don't want to see me, I had purchased something from a company and the company screwed up. They sent it to the old address. So I notified the older sister and I said, look, when the package shows up, just tell me, I'll come over and pick it up. They live 2 miles straight down the road. No turns or anything, just straight down the road. And then about a week later, I got a package from them in the mail. And what they had done is they took my package that arrived from the company that missent it. They went to the post office. They put it in a priority mailbox and mailed it to me. That's how badly they don't want to see me anymore. So, yeah, that was... it was just kind of tough to take that they're doing this to their dad. And I feel very bad for their dad. However, he is now in a mental state of, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. And he can't see that they're taking advantage of him. And, I did contact a lawyer. And the lawyer said that I, being the stepchild, really had absolutely no rights whatsoever. So there wasn't any sense pursuing anything because, there was literally legally nothing I could do to help him. So consequently, I walked away from that. And it took a good month to really shut that door. And I've been going on and getting on with my life and what I want my life to look like now. So Andy is with me every single day. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about him in some way, shape, or form. When I talk about him, yes, the tears come, but it's fond, and there's a part of me that's still still incredible that he's gone. It's almost like I just can't almost I just can't almost believe it. And then I still have my days where I call him a son of a bitch, and you should be here, and we should be enjoying this together, and kind of thing. So, but I have been getting on with my life and shaping it. Now that I have no other controls on me by other individuals in my life, it really is my own, and I can do what I want with it. And slowly I've been making changes. I have dived into my chakra therapy practice, and I do have I have one person who has offered up to be a guinea pig for me. And I've actually had another person, a wonderful friend of mine, who is actually going to let me practice on her dog. So I'm very excited about that because I want to incorporate healing for animals in my business as well. It's not just for humans, it's for animals, all shapes and sizes. So I'm very excited about doing that. I also have decided to join an online book club, so to speak. And I don't know if any of you know Alora Rain, who is part of STW, Spread the Switches, with Avalon Cameron and Chase Two Owls. But Alora started this book group in Facebook. It's called Enchanted Tomes. And it's fun. You read books of all different kinds of genres. They have games, and it's just a lot of good fun. And it's expanding my reading from not just one genre, but into a bunch of others that I haven't ventured in a very, very, very long time. Taking care of people, you don't get a lot of time to yourself, so there wasn't a whole lot of reading to be had. So yeah, I'm really enjoying doing that. So I will put a link to Enchanted Tomes down below. I think you only have to answer a couple of benign kind of questions. And if you get accepted, please let them know that I was the one that told you about it, because I get points for that. You get points for bringing people into the group. And my group name, I'll also put it in the description box. My group name is called hashtag London Below Circle. So, yeah, anyway, you come in, and for the first month, you kind of watch what's going on, so you can get the hang of it, which is really nice. So you're not like being thrown into the fire and having to do this. You get to sit back and see what happens, the interactions and things, and how the points are scored and the winners and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's really cool. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, with those two things. I'm also still working on the witch house. Oh, I am so close, you guys. I just may say the hell with it and do a video anyways, because it's kind of driving me nuts. But I still have, furniture that has been sold, but the individuals have not come to pick up the stuff yet. I also have a bunch more stuff out on the porch, which is like my storage area, that I have to call DAV to come and pick up. So I got that going on. And I guess, truthfully, life is okay. I'm alone, and I'm lonely. I miss Andy, but I'm grateful that I have Baker. she was just, I don't know if it was a foreshadowing or what, but I'm so grateful that she's here with me, because she not only keeps me company, but to me she's also another part of my Andy, because she was literally his cat, before he passed, and yeah, so that's been what's going on. Um, Additionally, I told you I've been in this online grief support group, which has been really wonderful. And I am thoroughly blown away at the amount of people that join this group on a daily basis, and how close we all are to what we have all experienced. I'm not the only one who has lost a spouse at such a young age, or lost a spouse unexpectedly, quickly. Um, we've got people who weren't even married yet. They were planning their weddings and their spouse passed away. And it's so heartbreaking to me that some of these women truly cannot move on. They just cannot get past the death of their spouse. We have some older people in there as well, and they're from the generation where the husband did everything. That was his job. His job was to take care of his wife and his family. So she never learned how to pay the bills. She never learned what kind of insurance they had to have. She didn't need to know these things. Now, being absolutely overwhelmed with having to do this on her own. There are tons of people who have family issues, just like I had with, Jim's kids. Much worse in a lot of cases. And I feel good about belonging to this group because, one, anybody who comes in this group, they don't have to explain anything, because every single one of us in there understands and knows what grief feels like, because we've all been through it. And I must have picked a really good group, because these folks in here are absolutely wonderful in, as soon as someone joins, surrounding them with love and support. And it's non-judgmental. You can go in there and you can, if you're having a bad day, you can just spit out your feelings, and you will get so much love and hugs back in return. Because for someone who's grieving, and I'll repeat this over and over again, because this is probably the most important thing I have taken away from this whole experience. Okay? The most important thing for a grieving person is just to know someone is there. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to offer advice. Just sit with the person. You would be surprised. Just the companionship. Give them a hug. Hugs say huge things to people without using your mouth. That's all we need, is support. And I wish more people understood this. And so over the last 6 months, that is probably the number one thing I have learned about grief. You don't need to say anything other than a hug or to sit with them. The old adages of he's in a better place and now he's not suffering, all of that stuff, don't say those things. Don't say those things. The time for saying those things has long since passed. No. Yes, he's out of suffering, but he's not here with me. Yes, he's gone, but he's not here with me. It's all about us. So, please take that to heart, I hope. I probably will not do another update on grief until I hit the 1 year mark. And from what I'm understanding, the 1 year mark is probably harder than the initial months following in 6 months. And so we'll see what that brings. I'm a lot more aware when it comes to matters of death and dying than a lot of the individuals that are in this particular group. Some have learned to come where I am, but there are many, 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 many more who have not. And so I just continue to show them the same love and support that they have shown me, to let them know they're not alone. You don't have to say anything. We understand and we're here, you know? So, all right, guys, I send you much chakra love, and I will see you next time.